What's up, YouTube?
Yo!
Back at it again, man.
Yes, sir.
Here with your boy Gilly.
I'm Marciano.
And you here with React Genius.
Hey!
Here to bring you some Genius Reaction.
Yes, sir.
And today, we got another top 10 for y'all, man. Got a whole top 10 playlist, so go check that shit out, man. But if you sat through all that, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, and we really appreciate it. But we ain't gonna hold y'all up no longer. The top 10 we got for y'all today is Scariest Things Found in the Swamp. I mean, I don't know much about swamps. I don't know what actually lives in the swamp.
It is, but that look kind of thick right there.
Right? It's like goo. I don't look like Nickelodeon. No, the sticky ass throw up she was in. You talking about that? Okay, man. But we go.
That ass is gooey. How about that, bro?
I don't think you would like that. But we're gonna hop right into it, man. Hope y'all enjoy.
There is something scary hiding in this swamp. Welcome back. Charlie here. Swamps can be rather yucky places, but as you'll soon see, they can also be very scary. From unexplained swamp discoveries to bizarre creatures found living inside swamps. First, we have to look at this swamp sinkhole.
Really?
This video
Tall
will be
nigga
enough to make you
crouching.
never want to go near a swamp again. Many don't realize this, but you can easily lose your life in a swamp, especially if you get caught up in a swamp sinkhole. Take a look at this video from 2020. Two simultaneous swamp sinkholes opened up at once. This took place in Bomet County, Kenya. The swamp sinkhole swallowed up everything in sight. But what actually caused this? Well, it turned out limestone was below this swamp, and that limestone was rapidly eroding. As the limestone dissolved, the water kept getting deeper and deeper, creating a swirling sinkhole effect. If anyone was swimming in the swamp at the time, they would be sucked underneath, and likely would have not made it out alive. But thankfully, in this case, no one was pulled underneath.
Damn.
Next, we
So
have
the
to look
swamp
at
is
this
sinking
swamp
into itself,
monster.
the ground.
In 2021, some friends are rowing a small boat. They're making their way through a swamp at night. The water seems still and peaceful, but that's when one of the people on the boat puts their hand into the murky water. He
Why
quickly
would
pulls
you?
it back out and says something grabbed him. The men are freaked out, but assume it's some sort of fish. The men then see something glowing in the water. It looks like a creature with lights on it. Then after a few moments, this happens. It seems like some kind of blue hand emerges from the water. I've slowed down and enhanced this video.
I've seen the hand. It
The
looks
hand
like.
seems to have 5 fingers, but they're all the same length, meaning this is not a human. Some speculate this could be a centaur of some kind.
It can't be human. The fingers
Centaurs
way
have
too
glowing
long.
lights.
So what
And
was
right before this man, the men saw lights in the water. Others say this may be some kind of eel, but this video is over a year old and we still don't know what this is. Online, many said this was a real-life swamp monster, but what do you think this could be? Moving on, we have to look at these creepy dolls. In October of 2014,
Probably was an
the
alien.
police chief was driving next to a swamp. That's when he saw a sight that made his jaw drop. He saw what looked like porcelain dolls in the swamp. This was in Bear Creek Swamp in Alabama. The cop, Joe Sedinger, was creeped out but decided to drive on. But a few days later, he began receiving phone calls from creeped out locals. People kept reporting seeing scary figures in the swamp. So Joe and his other cops went to investigate. In the swamp, they found 21 very creepy porcelain dolls. These had been stuck onto bamboo stakes, and many of them had their faces removed. The police chief decided to post about this on social media. He asked if anyone had any information about these dolls, but no one ever came forward.
Obviously.
Eventually the case was closed, but it remains one of Alabama's creepiest unexplained mysteries. Moving on,
Was it just a weird kid that kept dumping their toys in the swamp? That's weird.
Has a name. It's named Swamp Ghost. In 1942, the USA got involved in World War II. It began using heavy bomber planes. During this, one of their US B-17E bombers was shot with bullets, causing the plane to crash land into a swamp in Papua New Guinea. Miraculously,
Like regular
one man
bullets?
crew on board
Yeah.
survived, but had to spend
Imagine you
6
the only
weeks
person that got a
living in
shitty
swamp.
plane. Pow,
They had to battle lack of food and water,
What? This ain't
as well as
bulletproof?
heat exhaustion and malaria. But after these
This
6
ain't
weeks, the
bulletproof.
9 soldiers finally made it to safety. But their plane was lost for decades in the swamp. But 30 years later, Australian soldiers were flying overhead. They were flying over Papua New Guinea in a helicopter. That's when they saw something submerged in a swamp. When they landed to check it out, they realized it was a plane and nicknamed it Swamp Ghost. The US Army then decided to retrieve the plane. It was very difficult because at this point the swamp had been infested with crocodiles. But amazingly, they got this old plane back to the USA, and it's now on display at a museum in Hawaii. Next, I have to show you this giant snake. In 2020, 2 men made a record-breaking
people are so
discovery in a
brave.
Florida swamp. They found an 18-foot Burmese python,
God
the largest
damn.
python ever found in the
18
USA.
feet?
In total, the snake was 18 feet and 9 inches. But how did a Burmese python even end up in Florida? You see, people used to keep these as pets, but over the years, they escaped or were released on purpose. And over the last 15 years, the Burmese snake population has skyrocketed in Florida.
So
They're
they
now
probably
wild
like
animals in the
domesticated.
States.
That's why he
And
was. Because I'm like, you
snake
just
catchers
picked
like
up the
these
giant
guys
snake.
make
He ain't
lots
trying
of
to
money
bite.
from catching them. They can
that
make
ain't
up to
so brave, but
$150
scared of
per
other
snake
races.
capture. That is, if you have the guts to do it. They document their snake captures on their channel, Snakeaholic. The
Oh, well, they do this all the time.
63.5
That's their
kilos, meaning these 2 men couldn't even hold it up. Burmese pythons are a deadly species. So these men were literally risking their lives. But I guess $150 is
I hear that if you hold a
$150.
snake by his head, he
We
can't
have to
bite
look
you,
at
but
these
I don't
swamp
wanna-
creatures.
Who gonna test
In
that out?
2012,
Right.
some people were walking near a swamp in Seney, France. That's when they
France
saw
got
these
swamps.
very creepy figures in the
Yeah,
swamp.
got to.
The creatures were thin and appeared to be frozen in time. It almost looked like they'd been covered in mud and clay.
Like
But
niggas.
what were these creatures? And what were they doing in a French swamp? Well, it turns
You know,
out
kind of
these
look like people to me.
structures,
You know,
they were
French people not
apparently
too tall.
created to reflect
Anybody
man's
taller than 6
complicated
feet is a
relationship with
giant.
nature. The figures were made with iron, mud, and algae. They were then left to dry, making the mud look like skin. These creatures really are terrifying, even if they're not living
Oh, so somebody
things.
did
Just imagine
that.
seeing
Oh,
one of
that's
these
weird.
at night. Moving on, we have to look at this.
Why would you do that to
mysterious
somebody?
cemetery. In 1982, road
I'm gonna be
workers stumbled
scary.
across something scary in Utah, USA. While digging in a swamp, they found many
Utah got a
skulls.
swamp?
At first, they thought it was a murder site,
think all
but
places
experts
got
found the skulls were not recent.
If you're not a
After
city,
looking
you got
more,
a
they
swamp
discovered the
somewhere. You
remains of
got to.
168
Yeah, you got to.
people.
Because
Thanks to the swamp, the
that
skulls had been
swamp
well
water
preserved,
is supposed to
allowing
be drinkable
experts to
water.
find out
You
the
don't
skulls
use
were
that.
from the archaic
They
period.
don't clean it up.
That's
You know,
around
it's just swamp.
500
You know,
BC. Moving on, we have to look at a tank. The tank was found in Estonia in the year 2000, and amazingly, the tank still worked. 116 shells were even found inside. But there was one mystery about this tank. It was a T-34 Soviet tank, but for some reason it had German markings. It turned out the German army had stolen this from the Soviet army, and then used it as one of their own tanks for many years.
Soviet
Of course,
is the
before they got it
Russians, right?
stuck in a
Yep.
swamp. It's believed this was actually done on purpose. The Soviets were advancing into Estonia, so to make sure they couldn't take the tank back, the Germans drove it into a swamp on purpose. Basically saying, if I can't have it, no one can. Finally, we have to look at this swamp shipwreck. In Istanbul, Turkey, some archaeologists were exploring a swamp. That's when they found 37 shipwrecks. These were from the Byzantine
37?
Empire. These ships were thousands of years old, but were in relatively good condition. This definitely is a fascinating peek back into history. But now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Comment below which was the scariest thing found in a swamp. If you want to see my short videos, then check out my other channel. I've been Charlie. Thanks for watching. Leave a
Thank you, Charlie. The scariest one. Ain't none of those really scared me, y'all. It was more of a like, what? It was like, that was kind of...
That
You know-
snake got me. Now, I ain't fucking with no snakes.
yeah, I ain't...
18-foot snake? Big. That's more than 2 shacks.
Yes, that's a big ass snake. That's what I'm saying. Snakes don't scare me, but
What?
I don't... No,
If
I
an 18-inch python was in this bitch right now,
18, not a random snake. Hell yeah! If it was my snake, then no. I want a snake one day. I want a snake. But
You don't want no damn snake.
I do.
Stop
I
fucking
do.
lying.
I want a lizard, a turtle, and a snake.
Not reptiles.
I like them. This is my thing. I
Why?
like them. Well, I like turtles because they seem like cool people, and I seen Finding Nemo, and Finding Nemo turtle was cool, so I was like,
This nigga is
just. Lizards is cool because the color changing thing, and snakes got nice eyes.
So chameleons.
Oh, chameleons, yeah, chameleons, not lizard, chameleon. Yeah, you're right.
And you said snakes got cool eyes.
Yes.
Well, them bitches grow more than 2 shacks.
Yeah, I don't think they all. You can get like a garden snake. They don't even bite.
That's like buying the Bitch TV 2000. Okay?
What does it even mean? What?
Who the fuck wants a garden snake? You want a motherfucker?
No, it's
Prius?
for decoration. That's what it is. All pets is for decoration, except
Man,
for a
my
dog.
pet ain't for no decoration.
What pet would you have
White
besides a
tiger.
dog?
Give me a white tiger. I want the Caucasian tiger.
You don't want the Caucasian. Never heard nobody call it that. But okay, if you couldn't have a tiger and you couldn't have a dog, what pet would you have?
Couldn't have a tiger. I couldn't have a dog. Couldn't have a tiger. I couldn't have a dog. I want a wolf. A white wolf.
If you want a different evolutionary stage of a dog, I'm gonna give me the wolf.
I want a wolf.
Oh my god.
I want a wolf.
So now the bird fan,
No.
now the fish fan.
No.
You're not obviously not a cat fan.
Hell no.
You're not a bunny fan, Forrester.
What I look like?
I'm just asking, man. It's a lot of pets.
damn bunny.
I'm just saying because all them pets is for decorations. Like you don't really play with these pets. So
I don't something I'm gonna play with. No homo.
Whoa. But I'm still saying though, like that's still you can play with a cat.
No, you can't.
You can.
Cats are stupid.
They are. In my
It's not a
opinion,
tiger.
it's the next stage of a tiger, a domesticated tiger.
I don't want that stupid.
But you want a tiger that's domesticated because you
Real
want a
tiger.
you want a real domesticated tiger. You want a real nigga tiger.
You damn
but
right.
he in your house.
You're damn right. 2 real niggas bunked up.
Like no, nigga, I ain't no house tiger, but you live in the house. No, nigga, but I'm no house tiger. But he buy you food. I'm not a house.
You
Like
ain't no
nigga,
house
alright,
tiger. Alright, this nigga's a nigga.
Alright, cool. I see that, yes, but I wouldn't mind a snake.
Are you a bird person? Like a parrot, an eagle, falcon?
I don't
This
think I
nigga
would.
a falcon.
Got 2 bald eagles for America. Like, nigga, do you know where you live?
Nigga, you're black.
2 damn bald. I'm gonna have 2 crows. Black people.
2 crows.
The blackest of the black.
Hell no.
Other
Would you
ones.
go to a swamp?
Oh. I want to go to a swamp only because I heard that back in the day in New Orleans, a lot of black poor people used to live in like swamps. So I'm like, how do you live in a swamp? So that is like on your way to your house is a bunch of swamps, or is underneath your house like swampy. So your house is like, I don't. And this is during like the 60s and 70s. So I'm like, that's weird. In my opinion.
No, I couldn't do it. I ain't fucking. Maybe I'm too cityanized. Is that so word?
To walk to a swamp to
I'm
get
not
to
going
work,
to none of that shit.
You know
I
what
am
I
a
mean?
city nigga.
and then walking back through the swamp to get home after
That
work.
sounds like too much work. Like, give me a sidewalk or something. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I want to see how that works. Like that'd be the only reason I go to the swamp, y'all, just to see how that shit works. Or like, remember when you was playing at the Mafia 3 and they had a little swamp area?
Yeah.
People was living there. That's
Yeah.
what I'm like,
Hey, well,
I'm like, that's weird. Like I don't understand. I don't get how that financially works for the city or for you.
I mean, for you, it gotta be some pennies to pay rent.
Oh, okay, yeah.
If you don't own the swamp part,
the
property,
land,
you know,
yeah, the land. That or that's what I'm saying. It gotta be something benefit to living there because it's not. It's like it can't go up in property value because of where it's at. So what is it worth?
And it's around crocodiles and alligators.
The property value is shit. If you told me the place I was gonna live at is in the middle of a swamp and that swamp had alligators, how much you gonna charge me?
Nigga, what you want for this? $2, nigga, I bought the whole thing for $15.75.
Right? Like that's a lot of land,
Yeah,
but
I ain't fucking with it.
it's low, nigga. That's what I'm like. It gotta be, but but when I go like them other niggas did, they was in the fucking swamp just rolling, trying to look for
At
y'all.
night.
At night.
And be surprised to see a fucking hand come
Oh
out.
damn!
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You believe in mermaids?
50-50.
50-50.
50-50. Mermaids.
Puerto Rican mermaids?
Okay, relax.
They whooping ass really on Wakanda.
I don't know where. How we get here?
I don't know.
We talking about swamps. Now we on Pride. My pride of a swamp. We sound like Shrek. We took real pride in this damn swamp. I was trying to figure out the scariest ones, and we got here.
For me, the snake is the scariest one, by the way.
Right, okay,
anything
snake.
That's scary.
Yeah, the hand for me, because I don't know what that hand was.
That's true too, but I know I would never be out in the swamp at night, so I ain't gotta worry about that one.
True. I feel you. I just don't want that nigga, wake up too late. I be up during the day. You see him walking through the swamp while you going to work. Like,
Wait a minute.
is that? Hey, what you nigga? You the nigga with the lay on his back in the swamp? I seen you. Like, oh shit. Well, you caught me. Like that'd be my scary scene if you don't run away. Like if you don't run, like yeah, you caught me. And what now?
Exactly, right? Like nothing, Jerome. Calm down, brother.
I mean, like, I was just wondering. We cool though, right?
I just wanted to know that was really what I was saying.
All right, okay, shit. You ain't doing nothing to me. If the world was like that, the world would be better. People would be like, hey, wait a minute, you that? And they're like, yeah. Like, oh, well, I was just wondering.
Yeah,
Like, nigga, you a monster? Okay, good. You trying to hurt people? Like, no. Like, okay, well, do your thing.
That's it.
Yeah. If y'all sat through all that, again, whatever that was, I appreciate it, and hopefully y'all had a good time. And if you did, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe, and we really appreciate it. But until next time, we see y'all later.
Peace.